Hey kids, it's so nice to meet you. Hi. So, my name is Ashwin. I am the illustrator and designer and author of the book, What Wondrous Shapes We Are. Sunny is one of the characters from the book.
Yeah, and he did a great job designing me, didn't he?
Yes, I think I'm quite happy.
Yeah, way better than that other guy. What's his name? Dandy? Dandy has such long legs.
Oh, that's not very nice to say, Sunny. We're all special and unique, and we each have our own character and personality and shape. Imagine a world where everybody looked just like you, Sunny. That wouldn't be much fun, would it?
Let me think about that. Yeah, I suppose not. I mean, who would... Yeah, nobody else can be Sunny. I'm Sunny. There's no fun if everybody else is sunny. I mean, that's why everybody loves my sunny disposition.
Okay, now that we've got the intros out of the way, let's jump straight to it. Today, I'm going to teach you guys how to make your very own unique characters. Okay? But to get started, I'm going to need your help. We're going to be using simple shapes, and I need you guys to work out what those different shapes are. So are you ready for the first clue? Okay. So, what has four sides, four equal sides, and makes up a shape? That's right, a square. You guys are spot on. It is a square. Okay, clue number 2. What has 3 sides and is rather pointy? What's that? A triangle! You guys are amazing at this game. How did you know? Brilliant. All right, and for our last shape, and this one's a little tricky, what is made up of a continuous line and doesn't have any pointy bits and is somewhat round? What's that? A circle! That's right! You guys are amazing! Now that we know our great shapes, let's jump straight to the drawing board. What you're gonna need is some paper and some pencils or pens, whatever you prefer. All right, see you there. All right, welcome to the creative table, where we're gonna jump straight into our workshop. All right, we've got our paper and we've got our pens or pencils, and we're ready to get started. Let's start by learning how to make the different body types, and we're gonna do that by using the simple shapes we talked about. First off is our square, which is 4 sides. Then our triangle, which is 3 sides. And of course, our circle. Now, when you combine these different shapes together, you can create things like the star, which is made up of 2 triangles. One side up and one side down, or a heart, which is made up of the circle being stretched in 2 different ways. We can combine the shapes into something new, like taking a square and adding a semicircle on top of it. So there's lots of different combinations we can do with our simple shapes. The thing to remember with our simple shapes is that you can stretch them or squash them into whole new sets of shapes. For example, a square would be stretched into a rectangle. Our triangle can be stretched into something really pointy like that, and our circle can be turned into an oval. And basically that's how we got our heart. It was by using 2 ovals and the pointy end of a triangle. All right, so these are some simple shapes that we can use for the body. Now I'm going to teach you how to draw eyes. So for our eyes, let's start with something nice and easy. Okay? So we can use a semicircle, which is only half a circle, to make eyes like that. Now these eyes, you could flip these circles and the character looks like it's sleeping. You could also just use something as simple as 2 dots as eyes or 2 lines as eyes. Another fun way of drawing eyes is by drawing 2 circles right next to each other. Now it looks like the character is looking down. And let's do it one more time where he's looking up again. See, so you can have a play with what the character's eyes are doing. You can also just separate these eyes so they're next to each other and not touching. Another way to draw eyes is by using semicircles again, but this time we add a line at the bottom. And then, just like these ones, we add in the inner eye to show you which direction the character is looking. You could also flip these the other way around. So we'll put the lines on top and draw a semicircle underneath. And that's a whole different type of eye. So by using any one of these combinations of eyes, we'll have a very unique character based on the type of eyes we choose. Now that we know how to draw some eyes, let's look at how we draw some noses. So let's start with something easy again. The nose, you could just have a triangle as a nose. Let's maybe put those eyes there just so you know what it looks like. Yeah, I think that works. You could also just have a rectangle as a nose. Let's maybe use these eyes like so. You could also use a circle. So say we have these eyes, we add in a big circle nose, and then we can taper our shapes as well. So tapering means one side of the shape is bigger and the other side is smaller. So let's look at a rectangle like that. This side is small, this side is big, and we put those together and we've got a tapered nose. And let's give him these eyes. And there you have it. That's a whole new type of nose. Now, the fifth way you could draw a nose is by combining these simple shapes into a whole new shape. So we could do a triangle and semicircle. And that creates a new shape for a nose. Or we could do a square with a circle. And that creates a whole new type of nose. So you can see we can use lots of different combinations to create any type of nose that we like. And lastly, let's draw some mouths. The mouths are lots of fun to do. Again, we can start with a semicircle, a good old smiley face. Everybody knows how to draw a smiley face. When you turn that face upside down, it is a sad face. And then you could do a zigzag line for a kind of worried face. You can also use this shape, the semicircle shape, and if you put a line on top, we've got this happy face. And if you draw a semicircle in the middle, that kind of looks like a tongue. And if you color this in, it makes it look like a mouth is wide open. You could do the same shape, but this time add some semicircles on top. That makes it look like his teeth. And if we add our semicircle, a larger semicircle at the bottom, it looks like his tongue again with a line down the middle. Now we have a wide open mouth. We can also do just a line with a semicircle and put a line there, and that looks like somebody is sticking their tongue out. All right, so now we have all these different body types, and we have all these different eyes, noses, and mouths. Now what we're going to do is we're going to choose a shape for his body, choose a shape for his eyes, choose a shape for his nose, and choose a shape for his mouth. I kind of like the heart shape, so let's go with the heart. And I like these eyes, maybe this nose, and this mouth. All right, so first thing we do is we create our eyes. And I'm gonna have him look this way. And his nose. And his mouth. All right. Now we've got our face, now we can draw our body. So it's a big heart. And voila, we have the start of our first character. Now I want to give my character some arms and legs. So attach a triangle or rectangle at the bottom, and we add a triangle to make his feet pointy. And I'm going to make his other foot up here, like that. And let's have him waving his arms. So again, we're going to use rectangles, and we're going to use rectangles for his fingers as well. Voila! And let's look at his other hand. Like that. I think he has something missing. I know. Let's add a hat. So how do we make a hat? I make a semicircle. And we combine it like that. And then we add a square on top. And you divide the square and you color in the bottom half. And he's got a top hat on. All right, now that we've got our amazing new character, we need to name our character. Yay, we've got our very own character ready. There's a closer look at Sir Love-A-Lot. Now it's your turn. Let's see you create your very own character, combining those different shapes and elements and making it unique and special to you. All right, thank you guys. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you guys soon. Bye, bye.